Good afternoon. So let's talk about optics, and the specific topic we will cover is the topic of ray tracing. Okay. Now, this topic is important for both class 10th and class 12th. Okay, it's very basic. Okay, so this is more of a concept development, class today, and let's see, how the ray gets traced in the case of a concave mirror. So if you have a concave mirror, you know, let's draw the optical axis, also called as the principal axis. So that's your principal axis, okay? Now, that's your reflecting side. On the left-hand side, you have reflecting side, and the right-hand side is the non-reflecting side. And let's mark the point. So this point is the center of the mirror. So this is a case of a concave mirror. That is what we are studying as an example for ray tracing. So the reflecting side is this, like the left-hand side is the reflecting side. So you must understand that the light will come and strike this and get reflected from this reflecting side. Now, when the light, so you necessarily, need to make three, types of rays. The intersection of these three rays will give you the position of the image. So let's say, the first ray comes parallel to the optic axis or the principal axis, right? So you can also call as the, the optic axis. It depends on what you want to call it. And this ray, essentially, when it comes parallel to the reflecting surface, gets reflected back. And when it gets reflected back, it follows the law of reflection, okay? And it goes like this. The point on which it meets the optical axis or the principal axis is the focal point, also called as focus of the mirror, right? This is ray number one, which you're supposed to draw. The second ray you're supposed to draw has to go towards the center of the mirror, and it strikes the mirror at the center and gets reflected at the same angle, at which it hit the mirror, because this angle is equal to this angle because of law of reflection. And similarly, the laws of reflection, that is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, holds good for this also. Now, if you see, the first ray has gone like this. The second ray has gone and struck the center of the mirror. Okay? What you can do is you can, I have not shown the object. So let me show the object is placed. This is focus, and let me double it and show the radius of curvature. So if the ray of light, goes through radius of curvature, for example, that's your radius of curvature, and strikes the mirror, it becomes parallel to the optic axis. So these two lines are parallel lines. Now, if you start extending these three rays, ray number one, the ray number two, you could show the angle in a better manner. This is your ray number two. So all three are getting reflected. This is reflection of first, this is reflection of second, and this is the reflection of third, right? Whatever is a point of intersection will give you the position of the image. So you can see the object was somewhere here, and this is your object. So I have chosen the object, beyond curvature. And essentially this tells you, where the image is getting formed. What you need to learn from this is the fact that the ray number 1, the ray number 2, and the ray number 3, these are the 3 rays you have to use in lenses and spherical mirrors to get the location of the image. So first ray is parallel to the optical axis and it passes through the focus. The second ray strikes the center of the mirror and gets reflected at the same angle. And the third ray, starts from the object, passes through the center of curvature, strikes the mirror and gets reflected parallel to the optical axis or the principal axis. The meeting point of ray number 1, the ray number 2, and ray number 3 tells you the position of the image. Okay. So ray tracing is done with the help of intersection of 3 rays. Please use a ruler, and that is a scale and a pencil when you start doing it. What I've done is a rough kind of image to tell you the concept of ray tracing. When you will do the ray tracing using a scale and a pencil and draw the lines on a graph, you will be able to accurately find the point of intersection. So my figure is treated to be a rough figure, but conceptually, the 3 rays you are supposed to draw are ray number 1, which is parallel to principal axis. That's your ray number 1. This is to be reflected back and made to pass through the focal point. Second ray strikes the center of the mirror and gets reflected back at the same angle. The third ray has to be drawn through the center of curvature. Through the center of curvature. Okay? And you can see, for the case of concave mirror, that ray becomes, when it reflects back, right, it becomes parallel to optical axis. Please do this exercise for, the other two, which is a convex mirror. Then do it for concave lens, and then do it for your convex mirror. Don't move forward in this chapter unless the ray tracing technique of using 3 incident rays and then 3 reflected rays, how they move is clear in your mind. So I hope you like this video. This was a rough diagram. Please use a graph and scale to draw a fair diagram. Thank you very much for your attention. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.